Well, we're back. And more Shadows over Loathing. And I was not able to convince them not to leave. Are they still there? Yep. Oh well, better go tell the bad news to the bosses / fathers.
Fine, I'll fight them. Fine, this will be over with quickly. Actually, I don't think Spooky will. Yeah, they're immune to Spooky for the most part. Should have realized. All they did was hurt my team. Oh well. Easily enough resolved.
Doodly-doo-dee-doo. Alright. Hey, your kid ran away. Hey, something fish rebone. Your yellow, telltale yellow nails of a reboner. Too late for... Alright. I don't remember. It's been days before Thanksgiving that I recorded this. Too late, friend. Tom's gone. I received a telegram from him with the news he's in the big city, thriving with his head of his own business, manufacturing wigs for judges. Wait, he's already set up a business? It's already thriving? Yes, it's fast, I know, but judges' wigs are a gold mine and don't need... I can tell you don't have business instincts, so you'd recognize that right away. Occam's gator is dead. You say that, but I'm not convinced he can actually die. I've seen him sucked into a biplane propeller only for an ooze to reconstitute itself into a larger form. As far as I'm concerned, there are two constants in life. Death, specifically Occam's gator not having one, and taxes. Those things are harangued about every month that sound very boring. Are you worried about the future of the business without Tom? Succession's only an issue if I die. Wouldn't you agree? And that's far from inevitable, especially if I invest in a good helmet. Sorry about your son. You know, I'm actually proud of him. I always thought he was a dreamer and never realized he had these killer instincts for business. Yeah, he's a good sort, Tom. Maybe I've been unfair to him. Pet the cat. Yay. I'll keep my current boon. There's plenty of spooky damage running around out there. In the swamp. Doop-de-doop. Don't you dare show your face around here. You dithered and now Kathy is lost. I've received a telegram from her and she's thrown her life away chasing the judge-wing dreams of youth. Occam's gator is dead. Like to believe me, but he's died before. One time from a rifle shot from the head to the head, another from tuberculosis. He always rises from the ashes like that bird. The phoenix? No, no, I'm thinking of a duck. Sorry about your daughter. I only hope she realizes the mistake she's made. Her mother always told her, don't throw your life away for a man like I did. Meaning you? Huh, now that you mention it, I wonder. Are you concerned about the future of the business without her? We'll suffer a setback, but as we've always done, but our plan to rebuild as large-mouth bass and sons and daughter will have to be put on hold. A pity. The name rolls off the tongue, which would be appropriate, as that's how we slide the fish's bones out. Alright. That accomplished nothing. I gotta figure out where to go, what to do. Okay, found the Gatorman campsite. Another one of those Gatorman campsites. Perhaps someone's been kidnapped. Anyway, Charles. It's another Gatorman camp, alright, and there's 4 more wrenches here. 3 by 30, 31 by 32, 63. Yeah, I don't need to read all that. Charles must carry one heck of a toolbox. The wrenches are all laid out in the shape of an arrow pointing toward a nearby hill. From the top of the hill, you can see some sort of fort in the distance, fairly hammered together out of rusty scrap metal. It's got to be where the Gator men took them. You grab all the wrenches and combine with the other ones he dropped to complete the set. There we go. Now there's a new location to go to, thank goodness. It's going to be full of Gator men, but hey, that's the way things are sometimes, you know. Sometimes life is full of Gator men. Hi, you guys are fighting. Gatormen aren't really doing damage to each other enough to a real fight. They're just sparring, or this is how Gatorman arguments work. Either way, they aren't paying any attention to you. Carefully sneak up behind them, waiting for the perfect moment of striking. You step on a screaming eel, one of the more aptly named forms of wildlife endemic to this area. Human trespasser, sound alarm. Hey, hey, alarm, kill human.
Another couple of Gatormen rush out, not wanting to miss out on the chance to kill a human. Kill all the humans! Kill all the humans! Kill all the humans! Bomb. Bomb. Uh-oh, his stats are going up with every fight. Every hit, up to and including his mysticality. Oh, crap. I didn't use the attack that hurts mysticality. Oh well, he didn't have enough hit points left to survive.
We want to go in the main door? Sure, why not? Forge for doing terrible metals. This bunch of gatormen, what's the collective noun for gatormen? A cruelty, a depravity, a butthole? Anyway, a cloaca, dude. Gator. Anyway, a bunch of gatormen are so shocked or drunk for a human to stroll in they haven't attacked you yet.
Wow, you guys have a lot of hit points, huh? Saw. Bite. Oh, you upped your stats. That's really going to do you a lot of good right now.
Oh well. Nothing on the table worth taking? Fine, be that way. Hey, there's my buddy. He's in a cage. Charles, they'll heal ya. Oh, right. Boy, am I glad to see you, kid. Thought I was a goner. You're the adventuresome type and all. You know how to pick a lock? Only with an appropriate shaped key. You have to get it off their leader then. I think his door's room down the other end of the hole. Alright. At least I remembered I gave him an Irish accent. This is a kitchen only in the sense it's a place where food is prepared. It's one of those fridges, you know, the ones on big rusty chains. Chain wasn't attached very well, and the whole thing came loose. You got refrigerator on a chain. Heck yeah. Even if Gatormen bother to cook their meals, they don't cook them in an electric stove standing at 18 inches of water. I could hit the dinner bell and summon more Gatormen, but I don't know why I'd do that. That's where I came in. No, it's not. Some kind of maintenance room. Items on the shelf are too nasty to look at, let alone touch. Fish. 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 Fish on a stick. Or fish in a sack. Fish in a sack. But there appears to be a shoebox there, so at least, hey, I got that going for me. Investigate. It says chloroform. And so the barrel says chloroform. So there's a smell leaking out. Woof. Dump it out. I see what you're going for. Sure, filling the place with chloroform would knock out all the guards, but it also knock you out, and the water you're standing in is almost knee deep. You can double check your to-do list if you want, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't have drown scheduled for today. Aw. See if waterlogged is shoebox is waterlogged. What the hell, man? There you go. A real surfeit of nouns. Wide loafers. Stomp, stomp. Gatormen are exercising and blocking your way to whatever's at the end of the hall. Presumably something important, because the end of the hall is where the important stuff is, right? Right. If I were important, I'd be at the end of the hall.
Open the explodey box. That admittedly hits all of us. Dang. You guys got nothing left. So even basic squeezy poisons from the first area will do this. Bite. You didn't even get to attack. That's pathetic. Gator cheese. Just scary thinking about it.
Hey, I've reached the end of the hallway. Hey, go away. He ran away. You think Gatorman's tasting books as bad as they're tasting everything else? Keeping the rust off your iron fist. Don't eat your henchman. Tips from your rulers. Spot welding guide for ad hoc fortresses. Yeah, pretty much what you expect. Ooh, here's bones and how to crack them. Read it. Knuckle down and increase it by 2 more. When you're finished, you crack your knuckle so loudly the resulting sonic boom disintegrates the book. There's a toilet. You found it. The least comfortable chair in the world. Got to get down into that pit. Length of rusty chain. It just looked like background, but it's a thing you need. And the cats are choosing to rummage around right now. Attach that chain. Climb down. There we go. Private property. Scrap. Huh? Where'd he go? Touch it. Portal. Are you serious? Go away. I don't care if you're serious. Fix it. All these blocks are clearly trying to move in a way that makes sense. They must have just gotten knocked out of alignment. You move the blocks around relative to each other until they start moving in a more satisfying pattern. Assuming you're a person who thinks a smooth, circular pattern is more satisfying than a juddery, spark-spewing chaos. Surely everybody is that kind of person. This has to be right. Much better. Touch the pedestal. This is how I'd be entering portals too. Just yump. Our warning, I kill you. Destroy the guardian thing or avoid the beams. Avoiding the beams is much cooler, but takes forever. Not forever, but it takes a good long while. Do-dee-doo. Doink. Stretch legs. Boink, boink, boink. Flop, flop. Flop, flop. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Dude, just go through. Seriously. Don't back up so many times. You should figure out how to turn that thing off before you get decapitated. You worst. I destroy. Goliath. Kill. He didn't specify who. Search the puddle, and there's the cursed key. You poke around in the mulch until you find something that more or less seems to be an old iron key, except kind of blurry. It sizzles and twitches in your hand when you pick it up. This has to be the key Charles mentioned. When you look at that hulking Goliath at the end of the hall, doesn't seem to be anything beyond it. Looks like it squash you in an instant. Best go back and unlock Charles. That sounds like the boring route, but hey, it automatically did it for me. Oh well. Cheating game. You found the key? I think so. It's kind of weird, though. Yeah, I don't like the looks of it at all. Bet dollars to donuts, that's the artifact we're looking for. Couldn't possibly be the key to this random Gator Man cage in the middle of nowhere, could it? Well, it might have some kind of key-related powers. Normally I'd advise against using it, but I don't see any other way out of this mess. The key shifts unpleasant in your hand, buzzing and clicking through a jerky slideshow of shapes, as if searching for a particular slice of higher-dimensional object will fit this lock. When it finally finds the right one, it jerks forward in your hand and twists, and the lock clicks open. Your hand feels numb. Thanks, Humboldt. Thought for sure my bacon was well and truly fried. Don't mention it, Charles. Let's just get the heck out of this dump. With no further cause to stick around, apart from unfinished side quests, you escort Charles back to town. Humboldt. Oh, you found the cursed artifact and brought Charles home safely. I can't express how grateful I am. I don't know what we'd do without him. Thank you so much. It wasn't nothing, but you know. Oh, yeah, I get it. Don't forget to uncurse that thing before you go to bed. This key seems like it has the power to open any lock. That could be extremely useful. Would it really be all that bad if I didn't uncurse it? Well, I'm not going to drag you in the machine and force you to do it, but yeah, I don't actually know what would happen if you don't uncurse it, but I assume it'd be pretty bad. Look, you uncursed everything else, right? Great, so uncurse that one too. Better safe than sorry. What you looking for, buddy? You're patting yourself. Thanks again for the rescue, Humboldt. If you hadn't, I'd be corned beef hash with a side of eggs if you hadn't showed up. That was nothing. I followed your wrenches. Here's your wrenches back, by the way. Nice. I knew these babies would come in handy for something. Do you use them for something, like wrenching? Yeah, the 7/8. The 255 by 256, not so much. Anything I can help you with? You have any illegal booze? As it happens, I do. Would you like some of it? Yes, please. For medicinal purposes. He produces a crate from under his desk and hands it to you with a wink. For medicinal purposes, of course. Lose something? I lost the chuck key to my grill. What's a chuck key? It's a twisty thing for tightening the chuck on a drill. Any idea where you lost it? Can't be too far. Cord on this thing got stuck in the outlet. It's not long enough for me to drill anything that isn't in this neighborhood. I could help you look for it. Yeah, that'd be great. Like I said, it's got to be nearby. Just wander around. Yeah, just wander a few times. You'll find the chuck. Or just once. Okay. Dude, that was pretty opportunistic. Here's your chuck key, Chuck. Found it. Thank you. Where'd you find it? Under a bush. Yeah, it's probably that bush I was drilling holes in the other day. Hey, did somebody leave a crate of antique bandages in the back? Yeah, how'd you know about that? It's a long story. Actually, it's a short story, one that makes me sound insane. Can I have them? Sure thing. Wait, you have the crate right here. This is a different crate. It's the same crate, but it's a different same crate. You're right, you do sound insane. Hold on a sec. Clearly you can't carry on two in the same crate. They might explode. Anyway, lugging around one big old crate is big enough of a hassle, let alone two. So you open the crate, rummage around inside until you found all the bandages that look usable, and chuck the rest into the trash in the alley. Okay, now can I have the crate from the back? Sure. Goes in the back, returns the identical wooden crate, and determined not to ask sort of expression. I saw your name in the visitor's book. Oh yeah, I do a little whittling to pass the time now and again, and I go to St. Polycarp's to look at their gargoyles. Here you go, have one. Do I have anything to ask him? Nothing right now. Alright, we got a key to uncurse. Oh, why would I want to uncurse the cursed fishing rod? Oh well. Go fishing? In what? Oh, wow, this is new. I wish I'd read it. I thought it was flavor text. Now he chooses me to live a life above the sea. Great, this is slow. I was not expecting a side quest I didn't know. Nobody sees and nobody woos. Poor invisible Glover for Lou. If you give me this Lou Sarah winner, you'll rebirth me upstairs at somebody's dinner. Alright. Let's see what they all say before I pick one of them. Ugh, I'm about to pick one out of the slow movement. Hear his song. And he went behind I went behind the coral. Nobody knows a trout as sweet as saucy Mr. Calvin meat. I like to kiss the other trout on the tails of theirs about. They'll do almost desire to be fished and thrown in the fryer. Creepy. I make mischief, I'm a wretched soul. Chaos is fisher sticks only gold. Well, almost only. You see, I'm lonely. And to you I won't lie. Tonight I'd like to die on your hook and then be cooked. So there's only 3 of them. You're closest to me right now. Boom. Is it uncursed? Your mind tingles. Fishing rod has caught another fish today. The few more fish you help him catch, the happier he'll be. Wait, who's he? You know, you just know, deep in your gut, the curse is a man. Not in the way that sailors talk of their ships using female pronouns. This isn't a male curse. The curse is a man. Weird. Alright. Project. Wait. So, what does it want me to do? Is it done? The more fish you catch, the happier it'll be. Uncurse the key. Key jumps to the roof of the dome and sticks there, shaking, keening. That's the sound keys make against the metal. The lights in the store whine, flicker, and cut out. Dang it. Only when the power is out does the key calm down, give up the most odious parts of the machine, and drop back onto your lap. Key's curse lingers in the machine. It is by itself an arcane lock, only to solve prior projection of consciousness. Alright, I never figured out how to do this one. Alright, I have assembled everyone as you asked, Detective. The victim's wife and the 2 men who were present in the passenger car at the time. I confess the truth as murder continues to elude me, but no doubt you are soon to enlighten us with your great powers of deduction and delusion. May I inspect the body again? That wouldn't be fair to the other passengers who haven't had a look yet. I see. I will tell you what I know. At 11:13 a.m., the professor dropped dead in his chair after sitting down with his wife to a cup of tea. At that time, Mrs. Whatever and Mr. Andretti were the only other passengers present in the car. Mr. Perry returned later. The rest I leave to you, Detective. I can talk to all the people, but I cannot figure out how to actually, do anything to solve it. He adjusts his cufflinks. Yeah, I told you, I ain't never heard of this man. I know of Bergerworth College, of course. It's an excellent institution, but I didn't know he was a professor there. Now, come on, let's not delay with his journey any further. I'm traveling with 19 suitcases of exotic rubber to make new exciting wheels at the factory. Detective mode. Exotic rubber, eh? No doubt from the jungles of Almodovar, whose local branch of nicotine I smell on his collar. Of course, the rubber plants of Eldorado don't just yield material for bouncy tires, but an odorless poison, lethal when drunk in hot tea. But why would this man abet the murder of a stranger? I suspect the answer lies on the resume on his table, and the name printed on it, Martin Perry. Young man absent-mindedly methodically disassembling a fountain and reassembling a fountain pen. Yeah, it's like I said, the man was a professor of mine at Bergerworth College, and yes, he gave me a C and a D, but that's no reason to kill a man, wouldn't you agree? Besides, the time of his death, I was in the laboratory trying to figure out what all the bits and pieces do. It's a perfect alibi, wouldn't you agree? He's right. A mere C and D are no reason to kill one's professor, but is that the whole story? Observe how the boy tinkers with the fountain pen in the train laboratory. He fancies himself a mechanic, but he wouldn't get a foot in the door of that profession if his C and D stood for car dunce. That's stupid. Nobody would be able to hire him, unless the professor who awarded those ignominious grades died. In the event every grade he ever gave would be voided, the young man could take a plum job in car manufacturing and start earning the big bucks. The widow Ryokinshi dabs her as the handkerchief, embroidered with the words morning rags and wipes. A moment's privacy, please, detective. I have nothing to do with my husband's death and no reason to want him gone. He was a kind man and not a rich one. Everything he made he spent on the roulette tables. He owned 700 of them. It's the largest collection in the world. We were traveling to Yorba Linda so the mayor could give my key to the husband the key to the city, but that won't happen now. Sometimes the simplest answer is correct. She says she has no reason to wish her husband dead, but the chemical stain in her cuticles and fingerprints on the window above, which she opened to dispose of the murder weapon, tell the tale more truly. But the nose reveals even more. Observe the zigzag pattern of the medical cleft below the nostrils. It's called Petri's phylum. It's a rare genetic condition she shares with Martin Perry, her son. Yes, detective? Tell me how you know this case. I don't know. Huh. Okay. So he had a resume, and she has poison on her fingers, and he got a C and a D. I have solved the murder. The victim was poisoned by the lady. What? Please, all become clear. He was poisoned with exotic poison. Is it this one? The victim was poisoned by her with the tree to avoid his car dance grade so he could make tires. Young Martin Perry dreams of working on cars, and his fresh ideas excite Mr. Andretti, who runs a tire factory. Master Perry's professor, who's effectively blacklisted him as a car dunce, unemployable. What to do? Kill the professor and, of course, void that odious grade. Here the plot becomes most wretched. Master Perry's mother, Yumi Rimshi, marries the professor and arranges for him to be present on the very same train as Master Perry and Mr. Andretti, who supplies an undetectable poison administered by Mrs. whatever. Et voila. No more professor, no more car dunce. But there's one more thing the conspirators do not count on. Me. I'm not ashamed. Any parent, sir, would do the same. As would any manager seeking new talent with interesting ideas about tires. If you call someone a car dunce, you're branding him for the life and responsible for what happens next. How awful. The three of them in it together. Tell you what, detectives, the next stop they can all get out and take the bus. A sick business. I got a mysterious owl ring. What a wonderful feeling, I think, to be possessed of great gifts, powers, and deduction. Use them. Call it a reward. No, I'll tell it again. He was blown up by Niccolo with dynamite out of lust. What are you doing? You've already solved the case. You were given great power and you used it. Don't you remember? Don't you remember the ring? You're being foolish now. No. He was smushed by the little kid, or by the college kid, with an oversized mallet out of sick curiosity. A fool. You're a fool. I gave you the great powers of detection and observation. I gave you the power to bend back the skin of the world and sniff its insides. How dare you waste it? Do you really want to live without this power? Do you want to live in the dark? Yes. You're a fool, and I wouldn't sell you that ring on the finger of a fool. Give it back now. You don't deserve it. I uncurse you. There we go. Upgrade. You check your finger and pockets. No mysterious ring. You're reminded of the great figures of history who wielded incredible power and chose to give it up. You can't think of anyone specifically, but the concept is worth considering. Who's someone famous that gave up great power? He's not famous, but my dad never eats more than he needs to at a buffet. I don't remember where I read this, but there's a rumor Anne Boleyn had access to a tank but chose not to use it. No need. But you know who else had a tank? Walt Whitman. Interesting. Why is the machine overloading? I don't want to worry about the fishing rod. I don't even know what to do. Every time I go in, it just tells me to pick a fish, and I pick a fish, and it's the wrong one. Weapon store. Alright, I'll get them moved in. Alright. You find a hook on the ceiling beams. I could have read that, but honestly, it's, fully stocked with terrible Gatorman bridges. It was just describing the stores, and they're all pretty much obvious. Alright. Another weird dream. Another weird dream. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Up. 1902. Write today's entry in my diary. Margaret. Age 9. All others keep out under penalty of law. Dear Diary, yesterday our dog Daisy died. Papa said it was bound to happen because she was older than me. which isn't old for a kid, but it's really old for a dog. He said we'll get a new dog soon, but I was sad anyway, some birthday. School today, the teacher asked what we want to be when we grow up. I said I'll be God because I want to make sure all the dogs live a long time and are always happy. Everybody laughed, and that jerk Billy Grimsley said a girl can't be God. So I said I'll be president instead because that's nearly as good. He said a girl can't be president either. Well, I'll show him. I'll make all kinds of laws about being nice to dogs, and I'll make being a jerk illegal too, so Billy Grimsley goes to jail and can't eat nothing but bread and water forever. So there. Your desk covered in Ocean City paperwork. Poindexter, your insufferable bean counter. What does he want this time? What is it, Terrence? Madam Comptroller, I need your signature on these budget revisions. With this, the remainder of funds currently allocated to municipal services will be redirected to your shadow presidential campaign and other projects. That sounds a bit obvious. Rest assured, I'm only sparing you the details, which you have made quite clear you find intolerably boring. The transactions will be meticulously obscured through shell corporations, cut-offs, offshore accounts, and the like. All right, good. It better not be skimming off more than the top than I'm. It better not be skimming more off the top than I'm willing to ignore. Certainly not, Madam Comptroller. Time to record your announcement of your candidacy for Shadow President. Attention, peons. Oh, geez, don't call them peons, ma'am. Try for a less totalitarian tone, generally. My fellow citizens. That's weird. The sound levels went all funny when you said your last name. Or I am Margaret. Don't worry about it. Hereby announce my candidacy for Shadow President. Vote for me or else. Nope, sorry, ma'am, no. Start up by explaining who you are. Most of them probably don't pay much attention to local politics. Hiccups. All right. In my role as Ocean City's comptroller, I've made it my mission to eliminate waste and graft in the city's finances, and I'm proud to say I'm completely successful. Though my program of shutting down needlessly wasteful civic programs, thus reserving your valuable taxpayer meat for the things that actually matter, things like mom, baseball, and apple pie. It's pretty good. If it isn't cliche yet, it will be soon. Okay, how about family, prosperity, and freedom? Perfectly meaningless. Love it. Okay, a call to action to top it all off when we're done. A vote for me is a vote for you. Oh, that's great. Just perfect. Good. Is that all? Yeah, we'll add the legal this message blah 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 campaign for Shadow President stuff in post. Ugh, time travel makes my guts itch. He looks guys a yokel even by the standards of his time. Mayor Burby, I presume. Yeah, who are you? I'm here to speak to you about the Crystal Dream Valley Dam project. I want to make the dam bigger, much bigger and more powerful. Here are the revised plans. A dam this large will flood the valley and disperse hundreds of people. Besides, the dam as planned will provide a perfectly adequate amount of power. Why does it need to be bigger? How about a handshake agreement? I don't even know who you are. You want me to agree to this on the basis of a handshake? Specifically, I'm offering you a chance to shake hands with the handle of a large briefcase filled with meat. Well, yes, I think the new plan is quite viable. Good. This desk was carved from a single block of tedium, the raw element forming boring work. There's a sheep in my office. What the hell? Turns out a lot of the president's time is spent on ceremonial bullcrap nobody actually cares about. Case in point, pardoning the Thanksgiving turkey. None of your aides knows what a turkey looks like, apparently. Pardon the dang thing, anyway. Your desk covered in policy documents, both benevolent and malign. There's a note here about going back in time and making Crystal Dream Dam bigger. Gotta get on that eventually. Your ridiculous court wizard isn't taking the situation seriously. Give me a report on the sit thing. Have you taken care of the problem yet? Oh, it's so dreary and unfestive out there. All that math and science. It isn't holly or jolly. Screw your damn theme. Your entire job is dealing with magical issues. I won't have that do-gooding interloper messing in the library. There's too much at stake. Get it dealt with, or I'm giving Crimbo federal holiday status to the frigging groundhog. You wouldn't. Get out of my office. Some dumb jock kid you have to give an award to. Hey kid, how's it going? Or hey kid, how's it going? Hi. Brilliant. By the power invested in me as the Shadow President, here's an award for being able to climb a rope faster than other kids, which is definitely important and a good use of my time. Do I give a speech? Thanks. Do I give a speech? Whatever. I'm out of here. Miserable beast. President strong, make rich. Yes, I know, and you wouldn't have to remind me. You don't have to remind me of the terms of our two-word agreement. They're keeping your people mean and hungry. You're keeping your people mean and hungry. Yes, warriors mean, warriors hungry, good fighters. That is good. You're my ace in the hole, this stinking mud hole. If I need to use force, so you'd better stay on top of things if you want your make rich. Keep everyone worshiping at the Gator Shrine too, but for God's sake, don't mess with the stuff in the basement. If you screw with anything up down there, I will turn you into wallets. Get me? I get. God, when will this dream end with? Do duty calls again, get it over with. More damn paperwork. Nobody told me being president is all paperwork and talking to idiots. Sorry, ma'am, but the unwashed mass has got to be kept in line while we amass power. Yeah, fine. I hereby sign this order declaring July 12th National Bread and Circuses Day. All citizens get a complimentary dinner roll and a free turn on the nearest suitable trapeze. Ma'am, I ain't sure that... Who cares? Let Coolers deal with it. What's he even for anyway? This is beneath me. Hellstrom, what does he want? All right, Hellstrom, let's hear your report. Well, everything's fine and dandy, ma'am. I don't rightly understand what this shadow energy stuff is exactly, or why you want so gold-darn much of it, but the converters are spraying it out slicker than greased mice out of a Gatling gun. Plenty of slag left over to press into those weird monsters you like. Finally, some good news. So you'll meet the project deadline? Yep, though we'll need to expand the oil drilling operations lots more. I need you to sign the permit so we can extend into lots 210 through 240. Wait, 210 through 240? That a problem? My family's farm is 223. Yeah, ma'am, you want your weird black juice? We gotta get the regular black juice out of the ground first. Yeah, all right. Sorry, Grandpa. Okay. So, Madam Shadow President is the boss of Dark Noel. And she's kind of a jerk. Turn it. Okay, there is no benefit to... Take a look at the knick-knack shelf, rub the crystal. Do these overlap each other or not? It just says you gain an effect. It usually says you lose one if you don't. There we go. The other things in the room are not just decorative. We got a signal from... Wait. We got a signal from a sickle. You know, the farming tool thing? It's over in Grey Country somewhere. Mostly nothing but farms there, but there's a store that's been open for forever. The owner's name is Jasper. He knows Murray. He'll help you out. Here's a map. This is a dinner place map. Literally has a map of the county in the middle of it. Oh, I'm just impressed you found a way to give me an actual map while still giving me a thing that isn't a map. Real quick. Oh, come on. You're not even going to be worth speeding up. And yet I do it anyway half the time because I forget when I'm editing. This time I'll try to remember. I've got to clean up some of these quests. Side quests. Have you found all missing ashes yet? Here you go. Wonderful. I'll get this polished and reinstalled right away. In fact, let me make that... bless you, my child. In fact, let me make the blessing literal. I have some holy water of St. Polycarp around here, plus 1 muscle. Thanks. Whose ashes are in the air anyway? We don't know his name. He was a sailor who washed ashore after a shipwreck. Some of the locals took him in. He didn't survive the night, poor fellow. He was interred as an act of charity. Was this about 50 years ago? Oh no, it was more like 300 years ago. So same situation, but that's not the guy's crewmate. Alright. I want to get the hell away from here because of all the ringing. I don't like the ringing. I've already got all your stupid textbooks. Go away. You smell like butts. Huh. Where was the... Oh well. Where was the big outdoor party? So how'd it go, kid? You got some news for me? Yeah, the kid's bed is full of fish. It was a lead pipe cinch, like you said. Still don't know what that means, though. Nobody does. That was what makes it such a great turn of phrase. Anyway, nice job, kid. Now Congressman Chutney will know who he's dealing with. Alright. Real quick. Do not need to reread things. No, that's just this guy in the hallway. So where was that outdoors place with all the students where I needed to go to return the wood chips? Oh well. Probably one of the frat houses or something. My brain is fuzzy tired. Hypnotize him back. I have already read that one. Huh. Well, one I know I can do is I tuned in all the radios around the place. Oh, hello again. Here's the receiver. Here's your receiver thing. I hope I get enough clicks and bloops. Thanks. I'll give you a ring when I'm finished doing my math. Alright then. Oh, he'll call me. I'll give you a ring. Okay, that's the... Alright. What do I have left in side Questlevania? Yeah, I gotta find that guy. I gotta do that. And I gotta find another fence. Alright, well, time to head to the big gray. Gray country. Chapter 5. But I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, or subscribe. Or not. I'm not the boss of you. Good night.